I'm at my parents' house with my parents and my kids. Well, Brianna and Jasmine didn't come because I think maybe divinely they didn't come because there's certain things that I wouldn't have said today that these guys needed to hear. And Brianna and Jazzy have a confidence in their dad so much that they didn't need to be here to say it, but I would have said things differently, and we wouldn't watch the movie that we were watching now with them here. And there's something of importance coming out of all this stuff. There is. I know it. I feel that this movie means something for everybody. And 3 times 3 is 9. That means something. Now, why this movie's called 9. That's why there was, oh no, because there's 9 characters. Well, no, it means something. It all means something. Because I'm telling them this story on this day, and 3 times 3 is 9. That's spiritual math. It's part of their spiritual math that they left for themselves through their dad. You can set secondary belief system, spiritual math beacons for yourself. That's crazy. I need people to go back through my things and interpret them, because there's a point when I'm channeling God, and there's a point when I'm channeling someone else that's after God is trying to explain to me in their words what I experienced through God, because they were there too, but just on a closer vibrational level. And as my vibration with them fades away, because I don't know who I am at that point, it fades away more, and then it fades away more until I'm back to Dan, and then I feel mind blown, because what the hell did I just experience? I see a worm, and I think that's a worm. Anyway, I had some really crazy interactions happen today, like making a whole sky full of clouds disappear in front of Xavier as he watched me do it. And there's a little worm here dying. Do you want to be in the sun? Hey, buddy. Do you want to go because you're broken? Or are you trying to break apart? Okay. Sorry, buddy. I won't hurt you. I'll let you do your own thing. I moved you there. Okay? I'm sorry I'm recording. That's so weird. That's so weird. I'm recording right now, and I didn't say anything, but okay, there was a worm jerking around in the sun. I saw it in the sun. I was thinking, like, is he trying to die? Is he trying to kill himself? And then I picked him up, and I held him in my hand. I was going to move him to the grass, and I'm like, do you want to sit in the sun and kill yourself? And he's like, no, I'm just trying to sever my broken parts. And I'm like, you don't have any broken parts. And then he sort of twisted in half and broke in pieces, and he was just going to frolic around in the sun until that end dried, and he could crawl back into the grass. That's why he was really close to the grass. He was just going to let his ends dry and divide so he can become something else. I'm like, wow. He's like, we got to make enough food for the birds. I'm like, holy shit, what, you guys divide into more food for birds to eat? And they're like, yeah, that's one of our many jobs. I'm like, well, so what do you do after you're eating? They're like, other things that we don't know yet. I'm like, what? I'm like, but they know that they have a higher purpose. They know that they're going on to the next phase. That is weird. Every living thing knows it's going on to the next phase. I was just going to record to tell you something that happened with the kids watching and Xavier watching while I made a cloud disappear. And time stopping when I was doing a thing with the microwave, and I said to go outside and be back at exactly, 45. And I walked out. When I walked in the door, 10 minutes later, which wasn't literally 10 minutes. It was like maybe 11. But I was like, I'll be back in 10 minutes, which would be exactly, 2:45. And I walked out. When I came back and opened the door, it's not like I counted it's not like I counted seconds. I went out and I came back in a couple minutes later. I just walked around in the grass to clear my mind. And I walked out and I came back, and it was like, I was like, isn't that crazy? It was 2, 1, and it was exactly 2 seconds till the minute. Long enough for me to say, wow, that's weird that I said I wish I could stop time. And I came back at exactly that moment. And it felt like I was out there for longer than that. And I was like, oh man, I'm taking a long time. I got to get back in. When I got back in, it was 2 seconds left of that time. Does that make any sense in the physical world? Like, does that make any sense? It does, completely. Completely. The time you spend away from other people can take as long as you want, as long as you know that. The time you spend with other people can take as long as you want, as long as you know that. My chakras are speaking to me in a weird way to say whether I'm right or not. And I'm right. Wow. All right, well, I'm going to go and watch this movie with my kids because I wanted to come out here and just chill my mind.